Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? It's your man E. Smitty, Real Food Podcast, Mind, Body, and Grub. Shout out Dat Feeling Podcast Network. Um, Back at you, episode 98 with a very, 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 very special guest. We're gonna get all into that, but I just want to hit you with this. With the actually, let me hit you with this first. I'm gonna need y'all to subscribe to the Dat Feeling Bandcamp. We getting right into it to get in the mix because we got a real one, we got a legendary one tonight. Subscribe to the Dat Feeling Bandcamp at www.datfeeling.bandcamp.com. You hear some great music from MRK, myself, E. Smitty, DJ 110, Black Mac, Clinton Taylor, you name it, you name it, you name it, you name it. We got the music is there, catalog. Um, Subscribe to the join the DLP and Patreon where you can get all the perks, latest stuff. We got prizes, cash giveaways. You get podcasts that comes out early before anybody else gets them. So definitely do that. If you want to support even more, that Feeling Podcast merch is available at Teespring. Go to www.teespring.com and search for That Feeling Podcast. You can get all type of stuff, t-shirts. You can get this shirt. It's like Run DMC type blocking. You can get socks. You can get hats, tank tops. We got beanies. All that good stuff, man. All that good stuff. But yeah, I'm back at you, man. Episode 98. Episode 98. Husband, father, and a true music man. Go to we're in the world famous appetizer section. Husband, father, and true music man. Having a conversation with the legendary, the iconic Masta Ace tonight. I just want to say this, man. We're gonna get right into the main course and bring the man in, but I just want to say I am honored to have this brother on the platform, on my platform, Real Food, on the DLPN, That Feeling Podcast platform. Man, I mean, being an artist myself in a group that's filled with artists, it's like wow. We were talking to royalty. You know what I'm saying? And just to say a little bit, man, is I met some people, in this journey when it comes to music. And you know what I'm saying, pretty cool, some kind of off the chain here and there, whatever. But I can really say, man, that this dude right here, man, is he's a real one, man. He's a real one in so many ways, man. And you can understand why he like I tell people, I say, they say, oh man, I'm getting old. Nah, man, you gotta embrace growing older. But I always say you don't get older, you don't get old, you should get better. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Growing older, that's a gift. A lot of people, some people didn't make it to 16, some people didn't make it to some people didn't make it to 12. Some people didn't make it past their 20. So in saying that, man, I'm gonna get to the main and I'm gonna bring the man on up here so we can conversate a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody, when you're listening during the day, night, morning, or whatever, welcome the one and only Masta Ace. What up, brother?
What's going on?
Hey, man. Everything is good, man. I need to have one of those one of them buttons you can hit that. You know what I'm saying? I haven't advanced that far yet, but we're gonna get. Yeah, how you doing, brother?
I'm good.
Good. Man, first off, man, thank you for coming to the platform. Appreciate you. You're a busy man, and I'm thankful that you're here. I want to say congratulations on your anniversary.
Oh,
to
thank you.
your beautiful yeah, man, you and your beautiful queen Lachey. Um, man, I'm blessed to have you definitely got a queen. Um, say what sign? I heard that the was that the calculus, what is the something's kind of getting to it a little bit, but she making it happen in school.
Talking about my daughter now.
Yeah,
Yeah, my daughter Milan. I mean, she's in
which
a
call Lachey was.
yeah, she's in a very competitive school. The It's rigorous, so
Yeah.
it takes a little getting used to
Mm-hmm.
that freshman year. You got to get used to the workload,
Yeah.
how fast they go, how advanced the learning is. But just in her coming home, for weekends or whatever here and there, like having conversations with her, I can already I can already hear
Mm-hmm.
the intelligence, the newly found intelligence just exuding from her from these different classes that she's taking. She's developing
Really.
into a real special kid.
Well, I mean, you can see. I mean, it starts. The foundation is you and your wife. You know what I'm saying? And I could just from meeting her face to face in person, man. It's like, oh man, you know how you run across kids that they got like a little attitude or this and that. Man, she was just so nice, so pleasant, and just you could tell man, she's on her way. She's on her way. Y'all done laid it out for her. So I see nothing but
Without
great things.
Yes,
Yeah.
without a doubt, you know. But now she has to. We've guided her the last 18, 19 years really, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll still guide and advise, but she's got to take the reins now and decide which way the horse is going to go. And so
Gotcha.
we're kind of
Gotcha.
at that phase of it now, where she's trying to think about what she wants to do with her career as a career, where she wants to go with her, with her learning, where she wants to take it. There's many places that she could go with it. We came into it
Yeah.
thinking pre med, but she might be readjusting
Mm.
her thinking like that. But we'll see. She's acting like she's a junior. Like I'm like, you're a freshman. Like all freshmen go through uncertainty on which direction they want to go, and you don't have to
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
declare what you're doing as a freshman. You can kind of get on a certain track, and then along the way you might decide, what, maybe I don't want to be a doctor, but I want to be something that's adjacent to a doctor, and help more people, or not be,
Mm-hmm.
you know, not have to answer to big pharma in my job. Maybe I want to
Yeah.
do something a little bit different. So I'm 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 excited to see what she decides to do or what route she decides to go. But she's in the right school. She's around the right kind of young people that got their heads
Mm-hmm.
on
Mm-hmm.
straight, and learning at a high level. So the sky's the limit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. Definitely. You has she I mean, she comes from two. She comes from two. Her parents are artists. Y'all are musicians. Has she like? Has she kind of like put out there a little bit about ever doing music, or does she do music, or none of that?
Nah,
Really,
none of
really.
the above, and neither one of us try to steer her
Wow.
in that direction, because we know that the music business is a little bit of a shell game,
Mm-hmm.
um, and it's a little bit of fool's gold, and so I just would never steer my kid in that direction, because there's nothing on the other side of that but disappointment. In most cases,
Mm.
sure, there's a few young talented people that get on, but
Yeah.
it's just like sports. The majority of the ones that want to play in the NBA or play in the NFL never will get a shot to play at that level. And
Yeah.
and they'll go to different leagues and tournaments and stuff like that, but only a very small fraction are going to actually make it in sports, and it's the same with music. So yeah, that's not something either of us would have steered her towards, because
Yeah.
we want her to have a career that has some stability to it. There's nothing
Mm-hmm.
stable about the music business. You might make a whole bunch of money for 6 months, and then you might not see no money for a year and a half. And you got to learn
Yeah.
how to weather that, because sometimes it's like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me ask you this: if she came to y'all one day and said like, "Yo, I've been checking this stuff out, and I'm really kind of like wanting to kind of pursue that," what would be the initial thing you think you would say to her? Like if she wanted to get into the music business, would it be something would you like kind of really push like no, or
I
what
would
you think?
strong I would strongly advise against it, and I would give her all the reasons in the world why. She's not really built that way. She's not interested
Mm-hmm.
in being an artist, so I'm not really that concerned. But if it happened, I would give her the dirty, real truth about the business, which is what I do whenever I'm talking to young people, because I have a lot of friends whose kids, whose sons and daughters, are chasing that dream, and they're like, "Well, can you give them some advice?" And I don't hold back. I tell them exactly what it is. And
Mm.
most of them are young men, and I'm like, this business will have you 35 years old, still sleeping on your mom's couch, and 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 spending your little crumbs on studio sessions or whatever.
Yeah,
And you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be that guy.
I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah,
I mean, that's straight to it, man. Well, let me steer this question right here. It's documented in your music. Your beautiful mom, Yvonne, when you went to a University of Rhode Island, right?
correct. Yep.
Went to University of Rhode Island, and you sang the song, and she like, I forgot, I can't say the verse right, but you like, that's why they call it a bachelor. BS. You say that's what they call a bachelor BS, and how you say your mom was like, she really wasn't with you, with the music thing, because hey, you got a
Yeah.
degree. Um,
Right.
fortunately for you, fortunately for you, it worked out. It worked out. It worked out. When do you remember the first time your mom like really like she acknowledged you on your accomplishments with the music?
Yeah, I think it was probably after the symphony video dropped.
Mm, mm,
Um, because it wasn't until then that she could see that it was real. Like, I was on TV, and so from that point, I think her attitude became, okay. Well, let's see where it goes. Let's.
yeah.
He did get that far. He's in a video, so
Mhm.
let's see where it goes. And then I got my album deal, and the rest is history, as they say.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've been like, I was doing some research today, man, and one of the things that goes across the board when it comes to you, and I've seen your peers, I've seen people who like interviewers or whatever. They talk a lot about how. Matter of fact, that first one I was checking out today, the guy was like literally, he said, out of all the cats that came out of the '80s, say you can count them on like basically like one hand. There's really like no other that's still doing it as far as like on the level of still touring, successfully touring, can go out and tour when they want to, other than Masta Ace. Sadat said the same thing about you, man. What is it, man? What is it about Master Ace? I mean, I know how I feel, but what is it about Master Ace that he can just keep going and going and going and keep touring? I saw an interview where they asked you, if you didn't have the responsibilities, if you had to be home and this and that, how many days? And you say, so man, I probably could be out there like 300 some days a year. What is it? What is it about, other than you give a great ass show, great music? What is it, man? What is it keeps people
Well,
still feeding for Masta Ace?
the first thing I want to say about what you led with was I I sort of take um I don't view myself as an 80s artist because our first album dropped in
Mhm.
1990. Now the
True.
symphony did come out the symphony did drop in 88, and I did
Yeah.
have a single. I had a single, Letter to the Better, and
Hmm.
Together, which came out in 89. But I don't know. I don't view myself as an 80s artist because I had a couple of singles. That's all I had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a verse.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when my first album dropped in 90, that's for me, that's really where it starts for me. Um,
Okay.
and so that's how I would prefer to be viewed as an early 90s artist more so than an 80s artist because I didn't drop any albums. But in
Yeah.
terms of what it is about me, um, I just found my lane. I just found my lane. I figured out who my fans were. I figured out
Hmm.
where they were, and they were the overwhelming majority of them were outside of the United States.
Mm.
Europe, Australia, Canada. Um, I'm sure well, from what I hear, Asia. I haven't been to Asia yet. Um,
Okay.
but once I figured out that my fans, majority of my fans were abroad, I just aligned myself with a really good tour agent in Europe because Europe is probably not probably Europe definitely is the number one place that I tour.
Okay.
Um, but I found a really good booking agent, and I just decided to be loyal to her because the touring business is very cutthroat. Um, there's always booking agents trying to book you away from somebody else.
Hmm.
It happens all the time, and I get approached by different agents saying, we got 10 shows for you. We can put together for you over here. And I'm like, well, you got to hit up my agent and see if she's cool with that because I've just always learned that loyalty is the key to longevity. And so because I've been loyal to her, she's been loyal to me.
Hmm.
We've been doing tours together since 2000. So 23
Wow.
years.
Wow.
And I've never been over there with another agent. She's put together a couple of dates in South America before.
Hmm.
And she's trying to spread her tentacles, but Europe, she has it on lock. She has it on lock. And
Yeah.
her life is a little bit different now because she has two children, and she ended up getting a teaching job during the pandemic because there was no touring, so she had to do something. And she found teaching
Hmm.
and she really likes it. And so she doesn't want to leave that job. Plus, that job has benefits. So now she's kind of juggling both. She's still booking tours, but she also has a regular mom, wife life. And
Yeah.
so, but it comes from that relationship with the booking agent in Europe and why I've consistently been touring overseas for all these years. And like you said, I really do try to entertain the audience and put on a dope show. I try to do
Yeah.
different shows every time I come back. Like there's some artists that tour for 10 years and their show doesn't change in those 10 years. I change my show every
Mm.
2 to 3 years. Even if
Mm.
even if I mean I'm still doing the same songs, but I try to do
Yeah.
new song setups,
Yeah.
new transitions, new beat switch ups. Like I just experiment and I'm constantly changing the show because I know if it was me coming back to see an artist, I don't want to see the same show. I've seen you 6 times. You do the exact same show for the last
Yeah. Yeah.
10 years. You've been doing the exact same show. So as soon as you start
Yeah.
setting up this song, oh, I know he says this, and then
Hmm.
this beat comes on. So it's super
You already
important
know
to
what's
me.
on.
It's super important to me that even the people who have seen me multiple times, that they never know what's coming next because I'm constantly changing the show and changing the song setups. And
Yeah.
so, that's what I've been doing over the last 23 years.
Man. Man. You know what? And I can truly sit here and attest to that. We're gonna get to some of that too, because with the situation with your musical, the falling season, like you're not a guy who just throws stuff together. When you call yourself the music man, it's very true. You push me. You push me, I go hard. You know what I'm saying? But you push me to where, to the point where I'm never gonna be like, oh man, that's it right there. At the end of the day, I may have my feeling about it, but the person that's asking me to do something, they have a vision of what they want to do, and you hit me with stuff like, yo, can you do this? And it was like, darn, let me buckle down. You know what I'm saying? So I know from you when you say that you don't want to do the same thing. I think like you want to get your money and all that stuff, but at the same time, you still have integrity when it comes to who you are and what you bring to the table. I want to give you the best. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. That's what it's
Yeah.
that's how I've always done all my albums for as long as I've been
Mm-hmm.
doing music. I've always done it that way. I've always been a bit of a picky person, a little bit of a nitpicker, and trying to get stuff fine tuned, and it's not quite right, And I've had on my albums, I've had artists, a handful of artists who they did the verse was done, it was a good verse, but it didn't fit the song, and I'm like, yo, I need you to come again on this.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
go back and give me a different verse. I won't just say give me a different verse. I'll say give me a verse that speaks to this, or this is the angle that I like you to approach the verse from, and give them a whole new perspective on it. Because maybe they just wrote some stuff that was sounded dope, but it wasn't in
Mm-hmm.
line with what the song was about. So yeah, I've had to send cats back, and that's just me trying to put together the right vision for what I see for my projects. And and,
Yeah.
and luckily nobody's ever taken it, to heart, or taken it personally that I was, coming at them, or just saying their verse was whack. It's just
Yeah.
about it's just about how it fits my vision of what the music is supposed to be.
It has to fit the song. It has to tell the story the way it needs to be told.
Correct.
It's just like, and this I'm gonna throw this at you real quick, and we're gonna get on to something else. See, I'm an artist myself, and I've been working on this. I want you to see how you feel about this. This rhyme I wrote. I'm gonna put it to you simply. The soul of the music so empty. I'm cold when I do this. Don't tempt me. We won't walk the stroll, and the label won't pimp me. That's when I was younger with my face all pimply. How's that sounding so far?
It sounds like my verse.
Yo, I had to get this early in the conversation. This song right here, man, and this man right here messes with me big time about this. Like, why? And I can tell you right now, like, yo, let me tell you something about this song. This song right here is Corporal Punishment from the Brooklyn Story. His album with Marco Polo. This song is Corporal Punishment featuring Elzai. Let me tell you this real quick. We're gonna get back to business. The thing with this song right here is I love all types of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I love lyricism, boom, 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 woo, woo. I'm from the South, but East Coast hip hop is what got me loving hip hop, period. You know what I'm saying? And this song to me, and I'm not just gassing, this is like you can hear a lot of great songs, and then you hear a song that takes you back to like, damn, this is why I love this shit right here. And that song,
Mm.
uh, just how it starts, the beat, and then how you lay into it, bro. I mean, that song right there, man. That's one of them. It's in the lines to me of a Shook Ones. You put on Shook
Mm.
Ones, yeah.
That's a tall order. That's high praise.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. It's one of the ones that's like when it comes on for me. When it comes on, if somebody's talking, I'm straight up like, yo, give me a second, bro. Give me a second. I got to take this in, man. So I want to give you your flowers on. You got too much music to name, but that song right there, brother. When I keep sending it to you and talk about, I'm not just saying it just to be gassing. I love that song, man. It's a
I, I,
perfect rap record to me.
I appreciate you saying that, and that just goes to show that you never really know when you're putting together songs. You know, you never really know what songs are gonna hit people a certain way. To me, that was a
Yeah.
that was a dope album cut. I was happy to finally get to do a song with Elzhi, but
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that anybody would have that type of reaction to that song. To me, that was just like bars just going in, rhyming, just getting busy, over a dope ass beat. But obviously there was more to it from where you sat. There was more to it than just rhyming, which I appreciate.
Man, I love it, man. I love it. It's I seen and I think that when it comes to MCing, I think once you lose your cadence, you lose your desire. It can throw you off big time. But listening to that record, you know, you have cats that come back. Yo, I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you these bars. Nah, just be who you are, and you get busy, and that's what you did. You know what I'm saying? You come on, man. It's I love that joint, man. Um, Transition a little bit, man. You're not only you're MC, you're a producer. A lot of people forget that you're a producer as well. Um, like I say, husband, father, all that great stuff. And now we can say that you are a musical playwright. I guess that's the way
Yeah,
you
it's
wrote a music.
I'm a play. I'm a play right now. How about that?
How do you feel? Can you tell the people a little bit about um, this beautiful musical, The Fallen Season?
Yeah. So the title is taken from one of my albums, one of my solo albums, and the 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 storyline is loosely pulled from three of my albums: the Fallen Season, Disposable Arts, and Long Hot Summer. Very
Mm-hmm.
loosely based, not it's not directly those stories, but what I did was I just did like little nods. I pulled certain character names from the skits on my albums, and I brought those characters from my albums to life. The character Fats, the
Mm-hmm.
girlfriend Lisa, people like that. And so I basically it took me 5 years, going on six, from the time that I started writing it, and we're still developing it. I work on it every week, touching it up, tweaking it, you know, the script. I work on the music. I'm still working on a lot of the music, trying to get it better,
Mm-hmm.
more advanced, more bigger, more
Okay.
voices, more melody. So it's a work in progress. It's going to be a work in progress until that day that we open up in London on the West End. That's my goal is to open this thing in London on the West End,
Mm-hmm.
or off West End in London, because I have a very strong fan base in Union, which we discussed. I mean, in Europe, which we discussed earlier. My goal is to open up there, have a successful run in London before we even attempt to approach Broadway, because Broadway's super expensive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 20 plus $1 million to open in Broadway. It's just
Mm.
outrageous, and so we're gonna open it in London and try to have a really successful run there before we even think about going to Broadway or off Broadway with it.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, I would say shout out rhymes over beats. People that's
Yeah.
heavily involved with the situation. Um, when you started when you started writing and getting this thing together, man, did you ever have a moment where you was like, I think I might have bit off more than I could chew?
No, no, I never had that
Mm,
moment.
okay.
I never had that moment because the story was in my head. I just had to get it on. I
Mhm.
just had to get it out into the. I just had to get it into the laptop.
Gotcha.
Um, and as I was writing it, I was enjoying the process because truthfully, because it's a fictional story, it was up to me where the story went. And so as I'm writing it, even I'm excited, like, wow, I wonder where I'm gonna go next with this thing. I wonder what's gonna happen next.
Yeah.
And some nights I would be or mornings I would be asleep. I would wake up, maybe to like to use the bathroom or whatever, come back and lay down, and I would start thinking about the story. And I might be up for the next 2 hours thinking about where the story's gonna go. And I'm got my eyes closed in the bed, but I'm really taking myself like into the story. Like in my mind, I'm in the story. I'm one of the characters, and I'm visualizing these scenes that are happening. So it's really it was quite an
Mm,
experience. But I never at any point felt
mm.
like I had bit off more than I could chew.
Yeah, I mean, and I can definitely see where you can get caught up in. Hold on, I'm trying to see what's going on here.
Yeah.
Get this out of here. Hold on, 1 second.
How did it just
Yeah,
jump on your joint like that? That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Sorry about that,
Enough
man.
said.
This okay. Yeah, it's tripping. It's tripping. Yeah. And I asked that question. I asked that question because I mean, with you being as busy as you are, you know what I'm saying? But then again, it shows to the perseverance that you have, because you can easily be like, God, man, I got all this going on, and I'm trying to get this together. Because I think one time you saying like y'all was meeting up like every Tuesday or something like that to discuss
Mm-hmm.
and get everything together. Yeah,
Yep. Every,
and
every every
was
Wednesday.
was
It might have
that
been Tuesday, and then once a week with the dramaturg.
okay?
I was assigned
Got you,
a
got you,
person
got
known as a dramaturg. Her name is Kate. And after the first year of writing,
yeah.
they paired me with her. And the purpose of them pairing me with her was so that she could help me complete the musical. Because
Hmm.
I wasn't on any particular writing schedule. So I might go 2 weeks and don't touch it. Um, and a lot of
Hmm.
times with my writing, that's how I am. Like I'll be real gung ho about it for the first 3, 4 scenes, and then a tour happens or something happens, and then I'm like, and then before you know it, I haven't opened my laptop in 4 or 5 weeks, and so because I
Hmm.
had her as because I had her assigned to me, it made me more accountable because I knew every single week we were going to meet, either in person or over the phone or over Zoom, and I had to have something new that I had written since the last meeting a week ago. So that pushed me to really, really finish it
Okay.
because I knew that every single week I had to have new writing in there. I couldn't have I couldn't be in the same spot that I was the week before.
It's like something that was holding you accountable to the situation.
Exactly. Exactly.
See, I wish you wouldn't have leaned back. I wish you wouldn't have leaned back. I didn't know. I know you had that jersey on. We're gonna
It's just
talk.
a it's just a
That
hoodie. It's just a hoodie.
hoodie.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Now you're stretching. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too. My man Black Mac asked, "What's the difference in the market? Do they respond the way on American audience respond the way an American audience would, or is London different in the hip hop musical aspect?"
Well, I can't speak on how London is going to responds to hip hop musicals, because I haven't experienced
Mm-hmm.
it. I haven't been there to see it. I
Right.
just know that they will be open to something that I wrote because I got a lot of support
Yeah.
out there. In Europe in general, like there's going to be people from Paris
Yeah.
that are going to take the train and from Paris to London to see it. There's going to be people from Germany and from Switzerland and from Sweden and Austria that are going to get on one of those cheap commuter flights and fly, 2 hours or 3 hours over and get a hotel so that they can see it and experience it and have a night out. Um, so yeah, I don't know, but I know. You know what I mean? I haven't seen the
Yeah.
audience respond. I'm always I definitely question and wonder how they're going to receive the story because the story is inherently Brooklyn. It takes place in Brooklyn. It's about a kid from Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, who
Mm-hmm.
is a senior in high school, and he's trying to be the
Mm-hmm.
first in his family to go to college. And it's the story of that summer, that long hot summer before his senior year in high school.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
so that's the journey of the story. And so I'm really curious to see how the London audience is going to respond to the New York slang, I think they're going to respond really positively. I think that they really love American culture, especially American music culture, Black music culture. So I think
Hmm.
in general it's gonna be well received, and time will tell. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, y'all been doing like a lot of touring over there. Y'all about to head back over there like really soon to get
Yeah.
to it. And
Right. Right.
but yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, like I think people when they see Master Ace, one of the things that comes to mind, you got a serious look about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he's about his business. You know what I'm saying? Um, when I saw losing track because y'all so much, but I think it was the second time y'all went over there, and I hit you up, and I was like, bro, you just. I think it was the last one y'all went on. The look in your face was just like, man, you are like exuding like happiness. Your look was like, I had never, not saying that you don't smile, but I had never seen you smile that big. And I'm like, damn. And I asked you about that. And the first thing you said, like, man, it's love, brother. And that has to be a dope feeling, man, when you go to a place where you know you're not gonna just half-ass the show just because they love you, but for them to embrace you, like, I mean, yeah, how does that feel? Like they already love you. They already love you. They want to see you, and then you get and you feel the love. How does that make you feel? Does it give you butterflies? Like, wow, I don't want to disappoint them, or does it just push you like, yeah, I'm about to really give it to them? You know what I'm saying?
To be quite honest with you, um, it's good to feel appreciated. Um,
Yes.
I saw a quote. I saw a quote the other day on Instagram, and it said go where you're appreciated, not where you're tolerated. And that's
Mm.
still with me.
Hmm.
That stayed with me. That's gonna stay with me for the duration because it's kind of been my motto without me knowing it. It's kind of
Hmm.
been my motto in the back of my head is that I don't worry about the U.S. market and how because I don't have records on the radio, the average hip hop fan doesn't know that I exist. They don't know that I have had this career continue to go. You don't know how many times I run into people around New York in the mall or whatever, and they're like, "Yo, man, what you up to? When you gonna put some new music out?" Last thing I heard was Me and the Biz and the Symphony, and I'm looking at them like, "Man,
Boy.
you missed about 30 years of music," and they have no
Yeah.
clue. And
Yeah.
it's because that audience is so programmed to radio programming, and that's what
Hmm.
their ears are used to being fed. They only eat the food that they are fed. They don't go out and find their own food.
Yes.
And so for that
Yes.
reason, you know, I just say I would rather go where I'm appreciated than go where I'm just tolerated. So that's my
Yeah.
motto, and that's what I live by. I've always have.
That's the way to live because totally, and I know I want to get your take on this. When you hear people say, man, they always they hark on the 90s. Like, we love the 90s. We love the 90s hip hop. Like, really, I think 90s hip hop like made a lot of people fall in love with hip hop. But
Hmm.
they say, they ain't got no music like the 90s and boom, boom, boom. But to me personally, I think it's more avenues and it's more outlets. You can find a whole bunch of music out there that's just as dope as the 90s, but people are
Sure.
lazy. People are lazy.
Yeah.
I mean, when people say that to you, man, how do you feel about that? Like, come on.
I mean, I've always tried to evolve as an artist, as a musician. I've always tried to evolve. I'm not trying to do in 2023. I'm not trying to do 90s hip hop. I'm trying to do hip
Exactly.
hop that makes sense today, but that still has the same sensibilities of that time period. Hard to hard
Mm-hmm.
drums, the lyricism, like those were important things
Yeah.
back then. And so I still kind of follow, you know, that blueprint to a certain extent. But I do like to elevate the music. I do like to experiment and play around with other rhythms, other grooves, other sounds without going too far off the deep end. Like the song, the warm up single that we released off the album, the joint with Coast Contra. Um,
Yeah.
that certified is called. That joint right
Yeah.
there.
Crazy.
When I heard the beat, Marco was like, I didn't send this to you because I didn't think there was no way you were going to want to rap to this. And I was like, what? I was
Mm.
like, this is a challenge for me. I like this right here because this is not the
Yeah.
norm. You know,
Yeah.
this doesn't sound
Yeah.
like everything else. And so it gave.
Yeah.
I'm always up for a challenge when it comes to writing. I'm always up for a challenge,
Hmm.
something that's maybe a little bit more difficult or a little bit not quite in my wheelhouse. But I like that. If it still feels good to me, I'm gonna try to mess with it. And that was one of those beats. I was like, yo, I'm gonna do something to this. He's like, word. I was like, yeah, watch. And I think I had
Yeah.
the verse like in like a week. I came back to his crib. He gave it to me. And I was like, yo, I'm ready to come to your crib and record. He's like, word, you got it done already? I was like, yeah, I got my verse. And just
Okay.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that I was gonna say something about that, man. Like those guys are like those guys. They
Incredible.
I don't like to say. People say that this is the real hip hop. Is it? I don't personally. I don't like it, man. I mean, you know, you keep do stay. If you're MC, stay on your shit, man. If you're a producer, stay on your shit. You say I'm about to bring because personally, I'm pretty sure you've seen people say, "Hey, I'm gonna bring this. I'm about to bring this real stuff back," and you listen to them, you be like, "Yo, you need to practice a little bit more." You know what I'm saying? But that that certified man, that certified bro, real talk. That record right there. When I first heard it, it's like, man, this is dope. This is dope. And then it's one of those. It's a rare record that the more that you hear it, it sounds better. It sounds better,
Yeah.
and it's gonna go down. I'm telling you, it's gonna go down. I think eventually it's gonna be in different commercials. It's gonna go down as one of the ones when it's gonna come on. Like in the clubs when they put on that when the club is getting at its highest peak. That joint right there, you man
If you say so.
have
I'll take I'll take
man
it.
look have y'all have you? I don't know if you had them. I know you probably had them out there. Have y'all tested that out there?
We did it
Doing your verse.
we yeah, we did it twice on the last tour just to see what it would feel like or whatever.
Mm,
And
okay.
there was a little something that I did with the crowd and it actually worked. It was kind of cool. I didn't do it every night because like I say, I'm constantly developing the new show for the new tour
Yeah.
while I'm on the last tour. So I'm trying certain things out, seeing what works, kind of what doesn't work. I'm doing new little things that I come up with right there on the spot on stage. And
Hmm.
certain things work really well and certain things don't work. So it's just experimentation. So we did that song twice just so I could see how it felt with a live crowd, see if I could get them to kind
Gotcha.
of do this little groove I was doing and it was cool.
Okay.
I feel like we will revisit it for this next tour coming up for Europe.
Nice. 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 I want to. I'm gonna go over. I know you've been busy all day, so I ain't gonna hold you too much longer. But a couple more things.
Okay.
Um, yeah. And like I say, I keep saying I don't want to sound like I'm gassing, man. I mean, but it is an honor. It's an honor to be able to work with you and all that great stuff. But I'm when it comes to East Smitty, I come as a fan first. That's just what it is. Um, your performance on the Tiny Desk, personally, and
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of Tiny Desks. They got a lot of great Tiny Desks. Dude, that your performance up there is about far one of the best that I've seen. Um,
Can I ask you a question?
Hearing the backs. Mm-hmm.
Being that you've seen so many of them,
Mm-hmm.
because several people have said this to me, and I've seen quite a few of them too. I'm just curious to
Yeah.
know what about what I did is so different or so much just so different than what the other ones were that you saw. Because I thought it was cool, but I had
Yeah.
people that have said what you just said. I've had several people
Yeah.
message me, inbox me saying that that was their favorite Tiny Desk. I'm like, wow. I wonder what it was about what I did because it was pretty straightforward. You know what I mean? It's pretty straightforward,
Man.
and most people didn't really know those records like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I was just surprised. That's all. Well, I'm curious to know what
Well,
your
well,
answer is.
well, I'll say it like this. I didn't know. I've heard. Okay, let me say it like this first. I've seen people, a lot of really dope performances on Tiny Desk, but it's a difference in somebody performing some songs that sound good and somebody um, giving you an experience.
Okay.
Somebody giving you experience. You gave me. You gave me experience. Now this ain't cool because I know how healthy you are. You gave me you gave me an experience when I first watched that it was, I think it was like 8 or 9, that's probably like 9:30 in the morning, that I was so inspired by it that I went and grabbed a beer and start sipping on the beer at 9:30, just on some other shit, man. I was just vibing. I'm like, yo, I don't need to be doing this, but I'm feeling this stuff right here. You know what I'm saying? What you did, what you did for me, even in the part where you was like, you was doing, I think that was Born to Roll, and they started clapping. You're like, oh no, this we ain't done. We ain't done. We got
Oh
another
yeah,
verse.
I did G
Yeah,
Back
you know,
Nigga,
yeah,
and then
yeah, 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 yeah,
then I switched it. Then I switched it to the Born to
yeah,
Roll
yeah.
version.
And you went into it. But like I said, somebody performing, doing a performance, and somebody giving you an experience. Now, I've seen Tiny Desk, and I honestly, I think I watched a couple of clips of the
Hmm.
one where Babyface and when Tank was singing background and stuff. Being a singer, I
Yeah.
wanted to hear a little bit of that. But that one right there, I've gone back to multiple times just to catch that vibe. I was drinking a beer next time, but I was vibing to it. And what took me, what really took me there, and I was blessed to be able to meet this brother. Shout out Pearl Gates, man.
Oh
That
yeah, man. Yeah.
shout out Pearl Gates, man. Well, matter of fact, shout out Pearl Gates, Strickland, Marco, um,
Wordsworth,
Power.
Ain't Power,
Yeah,
Angry Merch. Those are all the guys I
yeah,
tour
man.
with.
Yeah, shout out Lachey, man, Queen Lachey. Um, man, look, bro, that story of me, bruh,
Now
bruh,
I don't know if you know the
bruh.
background story to that Tiny Desk because Gates took the trip out there with us because he was going to sing his parts on
I
that.
know, I know.
And
We talked about it that night.
okay, yeah, he got hoarse because he went out with his girl the night before. They partied like it was
Yeah,
1999 and drinking and screaming and yelling, and he didn't have no voice the next day. And he was
yeah.
like, "Man, I'm gonna try to go, but I don't know." And he had no voice, zero.
You know what? And that's another thing too. You was giving it up for him. You was giving it up for him. You like, yo, I'm a my man. His voice is blah blah blah. So I'm gonna try to do his part. And you was like, yeah, man. He can rap. He can sing too. You still was showing him that love. We actually, when we was in New York, had a conversation about that, man. And I told him, man. I said, I told him I looked at that multiple times, and my heart went out to him because I knew he would have wanted to be full
Hell yeah,
voice to do what Yeah, because
That was a
dude,
that was a
dude.
great historical moment.
Yes, yes,
What
yes.
a terrible
And
time to be horse, right?
I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to tell you, and you talking about, and like I say, shout out Pearl Gates. Pearl Gates not only writes and sings, but he can rhyme his ass off too. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
he can
saying?
rap too.
So
He does a triple threat like yourself.
yeah. Oh man, yo, appreciate that. But yeah, man, that song right there, bro. And you said a little bit about it. You know, it was a little, man. How did that feel, man? Performing. How did that feel? Getting through that song, man. Getting through that
I
song because mm,
I don't know if you could really tell from watching it, but I was kind of
mm-hmm.
welling up with emotion during those that and Son of Yvonne. I was struggling
Yes.
because my mom, she was living in the DC area
Mm,
when she passed. So the fact that
mm.
we were in DC, that we were a short car ride. She lived in Virginia. That we
Oh
were like
wow.
maybe a 30-minute car ride away from her where she lived and where she passed away. Like all of that was built up in me. So I was just trying to fight. I didn't want to break down in the middle of the song. So it was just me just trying to, you know, shake it off
Yeah.
and get through the record. But that was heavy. That was heavy on my heart
Yeah.
during that performance. Because all I was thinking about was, man, she would have definitely been here without a doubt because it's so close to her job and her home, and I know she would have been
Mm-hmm.
here. And I
Yeah.
was gonna say something about it. I was gonna say something about it. I don't even remember what I said before the song. I don't remember how I addressed it, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I spoke on it because I knew if I started speaking on it, I was gonna get too emotional. So I need to go back and watch. I've never watched it, by the way. I've never watched it. I've never watched that performance.
Really?
Yeah, I've never gone back and watched it.
Really?
Nope.
Wow. 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 Yeah. I can understand that. I can say this that I can say personally is my favorite. You know what I'm saying? I know that sounds biased as hell, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know what I'm saying? That's you
It
know,
means a lot.
I remember yes sir, yes sir. I remember when I first started like doing some hooks for you and Marlo when you and Marco,
Hmm.
and I was saying something about you, and Shy says I said so and so Masta Ace blah blah blah. He said, yeah man, he gives like the best show, one of the best shows in hip hop. Boom. And I've seen it. But then again, I've seen it. Like even that one of them last performances that you did when y'all was at a park. I think y'all was in Brooklyn or something. You know,
Uh,
it was it was just
was
you.
it at
It
a
was just you. It wasn't. I think it was Steady Pace. Steady Pace was your was doing the set for you. It
really?
wasn't Marco. It was you and another DJ. Y'all was you. It was
Was
like
it
this little
was
stage, and y'all was. I think it was in New York.
There's been so many shows. So I would have to. You have to send me the clip. I don't. It wasn't this past summer though, right?
Yeah, it was
The
like
show,
it was. You know what? It was one of them. It was one of them shows.
Hip Hop 50.
Lachey had put it on live. She was out there,
Oh,
huh?
it was probably in Coney Island at the band shell in Coney Island where
Might have
I
been.
don't count that. I don't count that. That's not even a show. I don't call that a show. I call that doing a couple songs. That's what I call that. I call that doing a couple songs. You know,
I'm gonna tell you though. I'm
when
gonna tell you though.
I go overseas, I do shows.
Yeah. Well, I feel you on that, but I'm gonna tell you what stands out to me about that is um the way that you rock, the way that you rocked on there. It shows to me the difference between a rapper and a master of ceremony. That's what I got
Mm,
from that performance. That's what
okay.
I got, and I've seen people who you know younger folks that, when they experience um MC get big, because that's every rapper is not a master of ceremony, just like every um entertainer is not an artist. You know what I'm saying? They can entertain, but they can't,
Right.
go. They can, yeah, So, but just in saying that, man, that song and that performance, "Story of Me," I didn't realize that you hadn't seen that performance. Powerful, 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 powerful performance. One more last question about your mom. What was her favorite song that you did that she liked?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't really know. Um,
Okay.
I think that was one of those conversations that we had yet to have.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, rest in peace, love, all that, man. She raised the king. You know.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna take it with this last one, man. You done been, you done showed that Brooklyn has a story. You dealt with some long, hot summers. We found out that arts are disposable. Where are we going? Where are we headed with? Where are we headed when we head into Richmond Hill?
We're heading to the neighborhood that Marco was pretty much raised in, out in Toronto,
Mm-hmm.
which is this neighborhood, Richmond Hill, is a suburb of Toronto, and it's pretty much the neighborhood that he was raised in as a young kid. And we're taking people
Mm-hmm.
back to his childhood. The album starts with his birth, and
Mm.
we go all the way up through his young teen years, when he started having substance abuse problems, and had to go into
Mm.
rehab and all this type of stuff. So it's just an extension
Oh
of
wow.
Marco's story, because on Brooklyn Story we talked about him traveling from Toronto to Brooklyn to become a producer. But this album we go actually
Mm-hmm.
back, further back in time, and take you back to the day that he was born. The album starts with his birth and goes all the way up until he's clean and sober.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Um, you wanna say anything about any guests on there? You wanna leave that until
Yeah.
when you drop?
Well, we got E. Smitty on the album for starters. Yourself,
Okay. Okay.
uh,
Okay. All right. Thank you.
along with C
Thank you.
Red. She's featured on that joint called Outside In.
Oh man,
She's a
she's
dope
dope.
MC.
Crazy. Crazy.
She's a dope MC, and I did we have this conversation that she's a medical resident?
Yes.
Did
Yes.
you know
Yes.
this?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she's in her
She might be a.
second
She's a
year
doctor.
I mean, she's technically a doctor, but
Mm-hmm.
they're not fully doctors until they go through their 3-year residency. I think she's in
Oh
year
yeah.
2 of
Yeah.
her
Okay.
residency.
Okay.
But she's already completed med
Yeah.
school. She undergrad, med school, now residency. So she's 10 years in to the process.
Wow.
And
How did how
for
did
her to
you how did you come across her? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
it,
How did you
Insta,
come across her,
nah,
man?
Instagram.
Really?
Instagram. I saw, yes, because she always posts these raps
Wow.
in her car. Like she'll find beats from producers that are on IG. She'll take their beat and do like a quick 1 minute rhyme to these different beats that she liked, that she finds
Hmm.
on IG. And she
Yeah.
every
She
time she
nice.
would spit something, I was like, yo, she dope. Like I wouldn't mind putting her on something, on one of these records. And I let Marco hear her, and he was like, "Yo, she's dope. She's dope." And I was like, "I think I want to put her on this joint right here, with Smitty." And usually he'll have pushback when it comes to my ideas for features.
Hmm.
But he liked her. That's how I know he liked her, because he agreed to let her be on the song. Because he'll focus sometimes more on the name of the artist as opposed to anything else. And because she was a
Hmm.
virtually an unknown, I thought he was gonna be like, nah, I don't know about that. But he liked her that much that he was like, yeah, let's see what she comes up with. So I sent her the joint.
She's nice, man.
And actually, she's one of the people that actually had to go back and rewrite.
Really?
Yeah, she's one. It just dawned on
Wow.
me. I was thinking of somebody else, but most recently on this album, you know, she gave me a dope verse, but the it didn't follow the theme of the rap that I did, because everything in my rap was outside, 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 and I want her to do her verse with
Yeah,
the end of every line being inside, inside. So she just did a straight verse first, and then I was like, okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna send you my verse so you can see what I did, and then just basically just do the same thing, but instead of saying outside, say inside. And
yeah.
once she understood the assignment, knocked it out the park.
Crazy, crazy. I'm gonna throw this in here, and I know you still saying about the guest, but I want to throw this in real quick. Um, it was like a week or so before before I found out that y'all was gonna use that record. I was talking to my lady, and I said, baby, I said, I've done some hooks for Ace and Marco, and blah blah blah. I said, I think they're really nice. I said, man, I'm telling you though, this song right here, we've been inside. I said, man, I said, I think this right here, boom, 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 and like literally a week or so later, that's when Marco hit me up like, yo, we're gonna use that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow, wow. And the way that y'all, the way that, man, like I say, it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing to sit here and to be a part of that. But the way that where do you flip it? Oh man, because somebody else could have went on a tip like talking about, you know, a direct. We've been inside and doing all this and that, but you was
COVID,
like,
yeah.
yeah, inside, outside, dope, man, dope. I think, I man, well, keep going. Who else we got? I know we got Coast Contra.
Yep. Inspector Deck.
Mm.
My EMC brothers, Strickland and Wordsworth, on two different songs. We
Shout
got
out Wordsworth, man.
yeah. We got Shay Noir, who's on the joint. She's
Mm.
from Buffalo, dope female MC from Buffalo.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
yeah.
and we got Speech from Arrested Development is on the album.
Shout out Speech. Shout out
Yep.
Speech. Nice, nice, man. Ace, man. I just want to say, man, thank you, thank you for what you've done so far for all of us, for the world, and you're continuing to keep doing it. I remember saying something to you about I said, yo, they should make a documentary, a movie about you. And you said something that stuck with me that I was like, and I mean that in all the best when I said that. And you was
I
like,
know that.
huh? Yeah, yeah. But you was like, you said something. You said, nah, I ain't finished yet. And that right there, it stuck with me. It stuck with me. It stuck with me because I knew what I was saying, but at the same time, it's like, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We ain't done. When I say we, I'm talking about people in general. We're
Right.
not done. So now we ain't. We got more stuff to do.
There's more
Like
chapters.
shout out,
There's more chapters to write.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out. My man MRK Taylor. They got a group called Normalized Growth, and you know we've heard all that. Oh, hip hop is a young man's sport. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, no, hip hop
Mm.
is life. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? This is what we love. So,
Yeah.
um, anything you wanna shout out before I let you get out here and go check out the Cowboys game that you recorded. Oh man, hold on, wait a minute. You got one more time, one more. Can yes. Check this out. Yeah, yeah. See, yes, my man.
You was
Yo,
all hype. You was all hype for this story.
Oh man, look, I'm glad you reminded me of, man. I'm getting all sentimental. I'm tearing up over here and stuff. Yeah, man, we do this hip hop. Let me talk about this. Let me talk about this. Check this out, man. Masta Ace, man. Like I say, you see him, he got a serious demeanor. He's about business. It's a couple things though. Masta Ace, he's a diehard Philadelphia Eagles fan. Dope. And he's a
Since
loyal
1980.
1980. I guess we'll talk another time because I wanted to ask. We had talked about this on the phone about like, me being from North Carolina and I'm a Dallas fan. You being from New York because I thought you was a Giants fan, but you like I'm an Eagles fan, and we talked about this way back. And you said one day you're gonna tell me how did you wind up being an Eagles fan and you from New York, boom, boom. But we don't need to talk about it right now. We're gonna talk about the loyalty. This brother right here, this brother about his music. That was another question that I didn't get to, but very socially conscious. That's another thing about you. You spit bars, you're the music man, and you drop some conscious lines in your thing. But on this particular day, you know that term, brother's gonna work it out? Brother's gonna work it out. Could you tell the people about how the brothers cannot work it out that day?
All right. So
this story's crazy, yo.
I don't remember what year. This was probably in the mid 2000s, like the 2010s, right? I went to an Eagles Dallas game in Philly, and I for the life of me, I can't remember like who was winning. I know it was halftime. I had to use the bathroom. I went to the men's room. Big long line in the men's room. So when I got to the men's room, obviously we're in Philly, so it's all Eagles fans.
Yeah.
And then there was this one black guy that was a Cowboys fan. And from my recollection, a brother, I think we were the only two black people in the bathroom, like waiting online.
Wow.
Now when I first got to the line, there was already like some sort of like little commotion going on between him and this young 20-something-year-old kid. And it was like trash talking or whatever. He was saying shit and the kid was saying shit. And then the kid, I'm calling him a kid, but he's like 22, 23.
Yeah.
He grabs his Cowboys hat and snatches it off of his head. And he's like playing like keep away with the hat. So the guy's like, yo, what the hell are you doing? And he kind of grabs the kid and grabs his arm, and he's trying to get his hat back. And when he grabs him, the kid's father was nearby and was like, get off my son. And he kind of like grabbed the black dude. And then so now you got the black dude holding the young boy, his father, the white father holding the black dude, and they all start tussling. Like it wasn't no like beat down or punches being thrown, but it was like you know how it is, the stadium, and everybody's grabbing your hood, pulling it over your head, and doing all of that. So this big tussle is happening, and I'm online, and I'm seeing this tussle happen, and everybody in the bathroom is watching, and I'm like the only other black guy in eyesight of this fight.
Yeah.
But he's a Cowboys fan. And so there was something in me that was like, you should help this brother.
Yeah.
There was something a little bit deeper in me that was like, man, that's a Cowboys fan. I'm torn. I'm just torn. I don't know what to do. And so all three of them fell down in a big heap on the ground. Boom. Because the floor was wet, slippery. And when they all fell, I could tell from the reaction of the people that were closer to the fight that somebody had gotten hurt. The kid got up, the father got up, the black dude was still on the ground.
Oh man! And you ran to his assistance, right?
I was walking towards the bathroom. I had to piss. So as I walked past where he was, I saw trickles of blood on the floor by his leg. So I knew right then and there that he had a compound fracture of probably his.
Oh my God!
I think they were all tangled up and they just fell awkwardly and he snapped his leg.
Oh
And
my
so
God.
he's down there bleeding and I walked by, I took my leak, I left the bathroom and I went all the way back to my seat. I was saying like, yo, am I foul right now? Like, am I a foul dude because I didn't help dude because he was wearing cowboy stuff? And that's another brother. Like that was where kind of sports and
Yeah, 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 yeah,
being a black man in America kind of the lines got real
yeah.
blurry. If he had been any other fan but a Cowboy fan,
Oh my God.
I might have helped him out. But
Oh man, bad,
the
bro.
fact that he was a
Man,
Cowboys
it's all
fan,
good.
I couldn't bring myself to help that man. I'm sorry. I feel bad about it. I've told that story a few
Well,
times to see if other people thought I was foul.
well, check this out, man. Check this out. I'm glad that you told us, and I'm gonna let you go. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for this, Ace, man. I tell you what, man. If I'm ever able to go, if I'm able to go on tour with you, the night that I wear my Dallas Cowboys stuff, I'll let you know ahead of time.
You can't bring that on the tour.
No
Leave it
Dallas
home.
Cowboys stuff.
No, hell no. No. I have a bunch of friends. I have a bunch of close friends that are Cowboys fans, Cowboys and Giants
Okay.
fans. But I'm not nearly as mad at the Giants fans. But the Cowboy fans,
Okay.
and some of them I've known since childhood, and they're Cowboy fans. And we crack jokes the same way me and you joke around about it.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah.
So, but it's still no love lost. And every time we play y'all, I want to beat the brakes off y'all
Yeah.
and kill your quarterback. Every time Dak scrambles, I want somebody to just decapitate him.
What
I
if
want him.
what
I
if
want him
what
hurt.
if what if we was out there, say like in Brussels or something, and a car wreck happened and my shirt got ripped off, and somebody, the only shirt they had for me to put
Oh
on
my God.
was a Cowboys. I can't wear it then?
That's such an outrageous hypothetical. Yeah, I could probably stomach that in that situation. I will
Okay.
say this.
Okay.
I was gonna mention this to you because I
Hmm.
hate everything about the Cowboys.
I know you
But
do.
but you know what I actually do love about the Cowboys?
What's that?
I love those throwback uniforms with the white helmet and the blue jersey
Word.
with the
Word. Word.
with the I think it's like a star on the shoulder or something.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it's like a 70s, like an early 70s uniform.
I know. I know exactly what you're talking about, and it has
I
like the white sleeve, white
Yeah,
sleeve, like a little white.
I like that uniform. I never liked
Mm-hmm.
anything about Dallas. I hate all the silver helmets, the silver pants. I hate all of it. But I like
Mm.
those uniforms, and the blue jerseys with it. So,
Okay.
but quick question: are the blue jerseys still bad luck?
Man, no, 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 they're not. But I'm glad you
Yeah,
brought that up, man. I used to hate the blue jerseys, man.
y'all broke
I
the
used to
curse.
hate the blue jerseys. I'm gonna tell you, I was talking to somebody about this the other day. The blue jerseys, I remember as a kid when I used to watch the Cowboys, when they had the white ones on, I'm hyped. When they put them blue ones on, I was like, oh shit. But that curse, I mean, when the Cowboys lose, they just lose. Now and for the years that when they lose, but the curse to me was broken in the '90s. When in the '90s,
Oh,
to
when y'all won
me,
those, y'all won three Super
yeah,
Bowls,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Whenever at that time, the Cowboys can have damn plaid. They can have a plaid damn jersey
But
and kick ass.
I bet you they didn't wear them blue jerseys more than once or twice in those seasons.
Oh no, 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 no. I mean, and damn, I'm glad you. That's crazy to see. But see, you a little Cowboys historian on the low, because I ain't never heard nobody. I ain't heard too many people talk about them blue jerseys. Nice, them blue jerseys were terrible, man. I mean, it was immediately gave me a bad feeling, man. The blue jerseys
It's
were terrible, man.
it's one
They
of
were
the
terrible.
reasons why. why I started hating the Cowboys, because you were the only team in the whole NFL that wore your white jerseys, which is supposed to be your road jersey, and y'all
Mm-hmm.
wore them. Y'all wore them away and at home. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
why do they get to wear what they want to wear? Like, y'all, when y'all are home, you're supposed to wear your dark jersey.
I
But
feel you. I feel
it
you.
was it was almost like they got special treatment. And
Mm-hmm.
then they actually started a trend, because there's now a couple of NFL teams that wear their white jerseys at home. There's a couple.
Never thought about it. Never thought. I never thought about it like that. Never thought about it like that. Because yeah, you're right. You're right. They used to wear they'll wear those dark jerseys, the blue jerseys. It could be home or away, right? For them.
They wear the white jerseys, yeah, no matter what.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
unless the home team forces their
Mm-hmm.
hand, which is what happened in 1980. Dallas was coming
Mm-hmm.
into Philadelphia to play the NFC Championship game, and the Eagles
Mm-hmm.
said, we're wearing our white jerseys. Y'all got to wear y'all blue." And
Mm.
you don't know how happy I was, because I knew there was a curse,
Yeah.
and that curse was proven to be legitimate when we beat y'all. Wilbur Montgomery broke that 59-yard run to the
Wow.
game winner, the game sealer rather, to send the Eagles to the Super Bowl. And I was so triumphant about the fact that they made them wear blue, that they beat them in Philly and went to the Super Bowl. It was our first
I
trip to the Super
remember that.
Bowl. We
Yeah.
lost to the Raiders, which was a whole nother conversation. But
Yeah.
so to this day, like I feel like every NFL team should make Dallas wear blue. But the league, that's the funny thing. The league, they would frown upon that, because they feel like Dallas is the white jersey is the Dallas look. Like, and
Yeah.
they get that,
Oh yeah.
once again, they get that preferential treatment. So I think the league, it tells teams like, no, they're wearing white. They're wearing white. You're gonna wear your home jersey. You can't do that reverse stuff. So I don't like that preferential treatment stuff. I've never liked that. And to me, the
Feel
Cowboys have
you.
always gotten preferential treatment.
Well, okay. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. But do you? I think they use the Cowboys as, like they say, America's team. They use them just as much as you may feel like the Cowboys. If they take it back, I think they use them just as much. Like, yo, this is the team. This is the thing. Yeah, I get it. Every year they talk about, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, but I think they use that brand to sell whatever they're trying to sell. You
They
know?
do. They
Yeah.
do. And Jerry Jones is probably one of the richest owners. And so
True.
when they have those owners meetings, I
Mm-hmm.
guarantee you, he gets more say in that room than a lot of these other owners, because he's
True.
Jerry Jones. And that so those
True.
those I mean, I understand they're probably valued at over $1 billion or some crazy number like that. They're probably
Like
well over a
five. It's
billion
like
dollars.
5 7. Yeah, like five
Right.
seven billion dollars. So it's the richest
They
franchise. Yeah. Yeah.
one of
But I'm
anyway.
gonna yeah. Well, it's ironic that that's crazy, man. Have you ever had any artists that you work with that you knew were Cowboys fans?
Uh, hmm.
Mm,
Not
mm.
not that I'm aware of.
I'm
They pro-
trailblazing. I'm a
not not that
trailblazer, brother.
not that I'm aware of. Yeah, you would be it.
I'm a trailblazer. See, look, man. I'm telling you, man. That's something special. You may not see it right now. That's something special, man.
But we
That's something
were to be
special, bro.
fair,
See,
we had already did records together before I found out you were a Cowboys fan.
well,
Yep,
okay.
I
So
found out. I
if
found
you
out
would
after the fact.
if you would have known I was a Cowboys fan, it wouldn't have went down.
I found out at the altar. I found out at the altar that the bad news. But nah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I'm
Okay,
not. I'm not that extreme.
I got you.
Talent,
I
talent
understand.
outweighs all of that. And you're not the typical obnoxious Cowboys fan. I got some friends that are obnoxious Cowboy fans, what makes you hate them even more. And you're cool about it. Like you're willing to be
For
critical of the
sure.
team. you know,
For
if they're not
sure.
playing well, you'll say, "Yo, they playing like shit today," or they ain't got it together today. Like
Look,
but there's a lot of
brother,
delusional Cowboy fans out there. Delusional.
but look, man, watch this, watch this. Look, the, the crew, Black Mac, aka your boy, DJ 110. DJ 110, he rocks with me on the Cowboys
Okay.
tip, but they Matthew Boy is Carolina Panthers, Black Mac is New Orleans Saints. Just in our group thread with with DLPN group thread, um, they Mac lives in Texas, and he was talking about with the Rangers winning, like the whole city is shut down. He was like, man, he said, shit, I can only imagine if the Cowboys win a Super Bowl, they really gonna damn shut shit down. And then Jeff comes in and says, well, the way that they're going, you don't have to worry about them. I'm like, God damn. And I said, and I was like, yo, I was about to say something about that, but I know I was gonna catch that grab. That's the thing with me. I'm a diehard Cowboys fan, but I will call them out. I will call them.
Right.
That's any team.
Most Cowboy fans won't.
See, and that's the way I feel about Atlanta Falcons fans. You know, one dude was on the radio saying that they said they feel like they're building a dynasty because they went to the playoffs the last 6 years. This dude was on 92.9 the game. Yeah,
Atlanta Falcons.
Atlanta.
They're building a dynasty.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, but I'm telling you, it gets better. He said, I feel like Atlanta is building a dynasty. This was the year that they went to Super Bowl and lost, the worst loss ever
to the Vikings.
The dude said to Patriots. When the Patriots when they had them like 20
the comeback year, yeah. They've lost some really bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the Viking win was a championship game. That wasn't a Super Bowl.
Yeah. They did the thing right there. But the dude said, and I'm saying this to say how, like you said, some Cowboys fans will be, they'll be just delusional about this and that. I mean, we can at least say we got some championship. But this guy was saying
it's been 30 years.
That I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. But the dude said it feels like the Falcons are building a dynasty. We done went to the playoff for the last 6 years. We build a dynasty by going to the playoffs, bro. Come on, man. See, I would never be that. I would never be that. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type where, Nas. But I will be the one, I'll be the first one to say, oh, that shit right there, that wasn't good. No, that shit right there, that ain't me, man. When you can lie to yourself, you got problems, right?
Yeah, that's people that say stuff like that. I usually exit the conversation because I already know that they're not speaking from a logical standpoint. So it ain't worth talking to people like that when they say stupid stuff like that.
It's really not.
Dynasty
It's really not.
With no rings.
Yeah, for real. And I'm gonna say this right here, man. And I'm gonna let you get back to your life. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Got it.
Did actuation with the brother laying on the ground in agony, did that inspire young Black intelligence?
No, it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that. I don't even know how you made that connection. There's no connection there whatsoever.
You know my sense of humor, man. Ace, man. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Any important thing you want to?
Well, we're going to Mozambique on Wednesday, me and Marco Polo. We got a show out in Mozambique on Saturday, I believe. Yeah, Saturday. And then we're coming back. We're coming back home, and then there's a big Juice Crew 35-year reunion of the day the Juice Crew was at the Apollo. We're doing a reunion on Monday, the 20th, where we all We're gonna look at footage from the Apollo show from 35 years ago, behind the scenes footage never before seen. Have a Q&A, and then do a little performance, and then right after Thanksgiving, we fly out to Europe for our first show in Zurich, Switzerland on the 29th of November, and then we're out there for like, I don't know, 12, 15, 16 shows. I didn't even count them, but it's like 15 shows.
Yeah.
And then we're home for Christmas.
I think it's 16.
Yeah, I never counted them.
Nice. I'm gonna say this right quick too. And you said something about when I brought up that line that you said, and you asked me like, you remember Chill Rob G, and I know Chill Rob G, but that line to me, honestly, I think that line right here, if somebody wrote that line today, it's still just as poignant. When you said, once you hear the capital A, capital stay, that right there, bro, guarantee you, a gang of people who love hip hop and grew up listening to hip hop, that line right there, and coming from being an MC, I mean, that's dope, man. Once you hear the capital A, capital stay, that's some shit right there, man. Come on, man. When you wrote that, man, did you write? Where were you when you wrote that line? Wrote that line right there. Were you at the crib?
I don't remember, honestly. I didn't write that. I didn't write that for the symphony. That was just a rhyme that I had memorized. That was one of my many rhymes that I had walked around in my head with, just in case, because there was always opportunities to battle in New York. So everybody raps. So it was always somebody trying to challenge you. So you had to be prepared.
Come on, man. Shit crazy, man.
Appreciate
pray for my brother. Pray for my brother Craig G, man. Them Jets catching it bad, bro.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are. But it is what it is. Maybe he'll become a Dallas Cowboys fan. Who knows?
Nah, never. He's been a Jets fan probably as long as I've been an Eagles fan.
He's serious about him too. We have good dialogue back, and I do the same thing with him. I'm like, I give it up, man. What's up? But I'm still brother Ace, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
All right,
safe travels. Do what you do. Peace.
Go full
and
podcast,
tell
y'all.
Queen Lachey hello.
I will.
Thank you, brother. Yeah. Say that again when you say real.
Go full podcast.
Real food podcast.
Real food podcast.
Real food podcast.
I said good food.
There you go. Where you get the good food.
Word up.
my man. Thank you, sir.
You got it, man.
Yes, sir. All right. Okay. Man. My man Ace, man. Yo, I hope y'all enjoyed that, man. They say, well, I'm gonna read this thing. Say, oh man, people that got life sentences when the Cowboys last got a ring are either terrible, bro, terrible. Yes, sir. And I even shouted out your New Orleans Saints, man. Come on, man, don't hurt me, man. I hope y'all enjoyed that, man. Shout out Masta Ace, man. Good brother, man. But I'm gonna hit y'all with this quick dessert section, man. Let y'all get back to your life, man. I'll say this right here, and usually I have something, that I prepared or whatever, or something that I thought about. But I use this this conversation that I just had with Ace when we talked about age and all that stuff and this and that. We talked about normalizing growth. That's what life is about. I've always said that you should embrace getting older. You should embrace getting older. but keep a youthful exuberance about yourself. Don't be that old dude. Don't be that old dude, like MRK said, that old dude in the club with your Timberlands laced to the top tight. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about tight where it's cutting off your circulation. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be that young dude and you're older. Embrace getting older, but keep that youthful exuberance and be optimistic, man. You're looking somebody with Ace who's been doing this for a long time, and he's still creating great music, still touring, still doing his thing. It's the same way with somebody who is you may not be able to dunk anymore, but you still can shoot that three, or you can get that layup. You may not be able to hit that golf ball 300 some yards, but you can get it 200. You still doing it. You still doing it. You know, we had to embrace growing older and not just look at it as that I'm getting old, I'm getting old, I'm getting old, and blah blah blah. Blah. You're getting better, man. Getting better, you know. Um, the longer that we are here, while we're here, let's stay optimistic. Let's stay exuberant, youthfully exuberant, and let's love one another. Let's live life, man. Let's live life, you know, because life is fleeting. Life is fleeting. It is truly fleeting. I just ran across an artist friend of mine, which we don't really keep up like that, but I see it here and there on Instagram, not Instagram, Facebook, and we don't talk like that. I got a number, so she got my number. We don't talk like that, but good peoples. An incredible, I'm not gonna say her name, an incredible vocalist, man. Incredible. And I just saw yesterday, like her and her husband, like she talked about her husband a lot. It was love, man. And the time I seen them, he's smiling, all that good stuff. Her husband. And I'm looking at it yesterday, and she's like, I'm still I still can't believe it. And boom. And I found out that her husband passed away. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. I left her a message. I'm sending my condolences and everything. Life is fleeting, y'all. Life is fleeting. Embrace every moment in a positive manner as much as possible. You may have, now I'm not saying, like, you may have issues with somebody that's valid, that you just don't want to rock with them. But if it's something that can be fixed and worked out, man, work it out, man. At least get peace with yourself. You know, we're not promised tomorrow. People say that a lot. We're not promised tomorrow. We're not promised the next second. Real food. Real food. Real food.